What's up, YouTube? It is your boy JB, and we are here today with the week's hottest topics, you guys. This is going to be the hot topics for the week of January the 16th through the 21st. You guys, can you believe that January is literally almost over? Seemed like we just started January yesterday, right? But this is going to be what's hot and what's trending this week, right? So before we just get into these hot topics, trending topics, you guys, if you guys are watching this video or any other on my channel and you guys are not yet subscribed to my channel, then I'm gonna need you guys to do me a solid favor by liking the video, turning on your post notifications, subscribe to the channel, and sharing the video, you guys. And with that, let's discuss what's hot and what's trending this week, you guys. All right, you guys. So the first thing that we got to start out with a sad story, you guys. So Andre Leon Talley, fashion icon. So I believe that I saw this news on either Tuesday night or Wednesday night. I can't remember which one it was, but I was driving and I was looking on Instagram and I was on YouTube as well, and I saw Kempire posted this as well as Mr. Marcus White. If you guys don't know him, he does tagline reviews and everything. So I saw that Andre Leon Talley had passed away, and I was like, wow, really sad. So Andre was 73 years old. There's no cause of death that I know of currently. You know, when it comes, excuse me, I choked, my bad. When it comes to Andre, you know, the last thing that I've heard about Andre Leon Talley was what happened to him, what was it, 2020, or was it last year? The situation where, you know, his living arrangements, right? That was the last thing I heard. And I didn't hear anything else about it. And then I hadn't heard anything else about Andre until his death, which was 2022 is already starting out on a heavy note, right? I didn't do a hot topics last week, so I want to also say extend a rest in peace to Sidney Poitier. His cause of death came out this week. I think they said heart failure, I think it was, did they say prostate cancer, dementia, Alzheimer's. So he was, but I mean, Sidney was in his 90s, so he lived a long, happy, healthy, and fulfilling life, right? And then also last week, Bob Saget passed away from Fuller House, and from America's Funniest Home Videos. And he was 65 years old, which was really young, right? So yeah, rest in peace to those three gentlemen. Andre Leon Talley, the fashion world has lost an icon. Rest in peace to Sidney Poitier, and rest in peace to Bob Saget, you guys. So now we're gonna go ahead and just jump into this mess, right? Right. All right, guys. So the first thing that we're gonna talk about is Tiffany Haddish. Now, when it comes to Tiffany Haddish, she's a hit or miss for me, right? I don't hate anybody, but Tiffany Haddish brand of comedy doesn't always mesh well with me because I just feel like she always plays the same character, and I feel like that's who Tiffany is. So her brand of comedy, not always funny to me. I do love her in Girls Trip, but other than that, anything else that saw her in, like that Tyler Perry movie with Tika Sumpter, I watched that. When did I watch? I watched that movie this past summer, and I was like, "What the is this? This is not good to me, right?" But hey, it is what it is, right? So she was out there in Georgia, right? I think she's in Atlanta or Peachtree, right? And she got arrested last weekend for a DUI, right? So the cops had got a call about a person behind the wheel of a car. They were asleep, right? So the cops went and pulled up on Tiffany and arrested Tiffany for a DUI. Now I don't think that they said that she was drunk. I think that the thing was that Tiffany was high, right? Which ain't nothing wrong with being a little high, right? Ain't nothing wrong with being high. So yeah, Tiffany was arrested. Have you guys saw her mug shots? Tiffany is like, she's cheesing, but shit. If you gotta take a mug shot, you know, to like, especially like when you get out, when you gotta have, and you get ready, you know, get finished from a fight, and they say, we gotta take your picture. Let me put my hair up. You ready? Okay. So yeah, Tiffany, but I mean, it's, you know, we know that Tiffany and Common broke up recently. So Tiffany is just having fun. I would assume she's just having fun, living her life and just doing her. But yeah, I don't feel nothing about Tiffany getting no. I mean, getting her. At least she didn't hurt anybody, right? And see, that's the thing. When it comes to drugs, well, weed versus alcohol, like they both slow you down, right? They both definitely slow you down, but weed makes you lazy. Weed makes you lethargic. Alcohol just intensifies shit, right? Like I wish that Texas would just go ahead and follow suit and legalize that shit. Just saying, I wish Texas would go on ahead and legalize marijuana. So we're gonna move on to the next story, you guys. So you guys, Wendy Williams. It feels like I've been talking about Wendy Williams for a very, very long time. Like we know Wendy didn't come back to her show when the new season started. She's had guest host after guest host. I think currently Sherry Shepherd is still hosting it, right? And I know that there have been rumors around that the producers wanted Sherry to take over in Wendy's place. But then you guys know that they come out and say, oh no, Wendy is gonna come back. But this new season started in September, and we're already in January, and Wendy has still not come back to her show. And I know a lot of people are, speculating if she ever will come back, right? And me personally, I think maybe with Wendy, I think it might be time for Wendy to just, retire. Honestly, with Wendy Williams, Wendy for me hasn't really been the same since she fainted on that Halloween episode, right? And if you guys watch the Wendy Williams show, which I don't watch it all the time, I watch it sporadically. So sometimes when she's telling a story, right, she can get things turned around, and she'll have to go to Norman for help, right? Now you remember that people were saying that Wendy was going through, early onset dementia or Alzheimer's, right? And when you think about those things, like, well, she had been she had been, and the thing is with her hot topics, I think if I'm not mistaken, because she always talk about the hot topics room, right? So don't they do a briefing before she even goes on air? So I don't understand how you have your hot topics meeting in the morning before the show. And I know with the talk shows and with the daytime shows, I know that their day starts as early as 5 in the morning, right? Their days, but then also you have to think about the thing with Wendy is that during that time, when I first noticed that Wendy was messing up stories, during that time, you have to think about the situation with Wendy, that she was going through that divorce with Kevin, and that's when she was doing Wendy in the City, right? So Wendy was going out with old girl from Growing Up Hip Hop, Medina, right? And Wendy would be out until the wee hours of the morning, right? So I would imagine by the time Wendy gets home, she probably only gets a few hours of sleep, and then she has to be right back up to, go to the studio so that way she can film the show. So that could be something, right? So, but yeah, people speculate if Wendy's coming back. Like I said, I just think it might be time for Wendy just to be like, hey, let me pass on the baton to somebody else at this point. But I want you guys to tell me what you guys think about the Wendy Williams show. Do you think it's time for Wendy to, retire and let someone else host? It wouldn't be they wouldn't be able to take over Wendy's show. They would probably have to, cancel the Wendy Williams show and then start, do like what they're doing with Nick Cannon, which I don't know what his show is doing. Then also we got another story this week about Wendy that, when the pandemic first happened, that everybody had to go from filming in their studios to filming at home. Actually, what happened with a lot of the shows, because with The View, with The Talk, and with The Real and all of them, what they started, even with Wendy's show, when the pandemic initially hit, they closed it off. No more studio audience. They would just have the staff, and the staff would be in the audience with their mask on, right? But then after that, when they shut down, when everything got shut down, then everyone had to move into their homes and film the shows virtually, right? With the View, they all filmed remotely via Zoom. and they have a backdrop. See, the thing about the view is the women have a backdrop behind them, so you can't really see what's in their background. Wendy, on the other hand, you could see Wendy's kitchen. And the first time that I saw the Wendy Williams show, I think it was on YouTube, and I saw that shit in Wendy's kitchen. I was like, what in the fuck is that? Like, Wendy looks like a fucking hoarder. It was that big ass Betty Boop thing, and then all that other shit that was in. I was like, so nobody told Wendy this might not be the best place in the house to film. Like, y'all couldn't go in her bedroom. Y'all, she ain't got a office or nothing. Like, y'all couldn't get out of that damn kitchen. It was the kitchen, and when I mean that kitchen was, it was a clusterfuck of shit in that kitchen. I was just like, what in the fuck is going on in Wendy's kitchen, right? So a story came out last week that, you know, they were getting ready for the Wendy Williams show one day, and Wendy just took her clothes off and started touching herself in a sexual way. I was like, oh wow. And like I just said a few minutes ago, you know, people keep talking about Wendy's her mindset, right? That she's not. I just don't want to believe these. I mean, but if it is true, it's true, right? That Wendy is, you know, if these things, if it's true, it's true, and there's nothing that we can do about it, right? But I think it's very interesting that, you know, she allegedly, and we're gonna say allegedly because it's not no proof out there, and I actually don't want to see any proof there. If there is any proof, please keep that shit, right? But I just don't know. I don't know, and I know, like I was just saying a few minutes ago about Sherry Shepherd, she's been the one that's been hosting, right? From what I've heard, Sherry is doing really good, and I even talked about this at one point, that they are thinking about giving Sherry her own show, right? I like Sherry Shepherd, but I liked Sherry when she was in an ensemble cast with The View. That was when I liked Sherry. I'm not saying anything negative about Sherry. I just, me personally, I don't know. But I haven't watched the show, so I can't say. But I have saw some clips, and from what the clips that I saw, she is very funny, right? She is funny, and I think she's doing a great job. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know what do you guys think about this whole Wendy saga. Again, like I said, let me know if you believe it's time for the Wendy to retire. What do you guys think is going to be the best move for Wendy? And we can discuss it further in the comment section. But we're going to move forward, you guys. All right, guys, next up, let's talk about some Housewives news. I was going to do a special separate video for the Housewives, but we're going to include it in Hot Topics. Let's talk about first Jenny Nguyen from The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and then we'll talk about Porsha Williams from Real Housewives of Atlanta and Porsha's Family Matter. So Jenny Nguyen, right? Now you guys know I review The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City every Sunday on the channel, right? So this week it came out that Jenny is a flaming fucking racist, right? She's a racist and she's a Trump supporter, right? And it's interesting, right? So what happened is some Facebook posts came out. Now these posts, she didn't directly say these posts, but I don't even see with Facebook. I guess you share things on Facebook. I have a Facebook page, but I don't use it like that. So I don't know how Facebook works. I know how Twitter works. You retweet a post that you like, or you like a post, and on Instagram, you'll upload the picture. But like with Facebook, like I said, I don't know how that necessarily works. But yeah, Jenny has some problematic ass posts, and let me get my phone so I can read some of them to you. So Jenny she's not for Black Lives Matter. She is not she's not against police brutality. She's anti-vaxxer. Which nothing's wrong with that. I don't care if you don't want to get the vaccine. But she also is a conspiracy theorist because she's posted stuff about you know who, and then she's talked about Kamala Harris as well, right? But let's go ahead and get into some of the some of the interesting things that Miss Jenny Nguyen had to say. So, and also, let me talk about this real quick, right? So, Crystal Kong Meekoff from Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, she spoke out and she said she unfollowed her and that her apology was some bullshit. Jenny's apology was 1000% bullshit, and we'll talk about that apology in just a minute, right? Somebody asked Meredith to speak out. Meredith said, vile, right? And they were like, that's all you got to say, Meredith? And Meredith said, at this point, they can't say anything. Well, I think Bravo was silencing them, right? But there's one person that wasn't silenced, and she should have been silenced. She should be silent because we haven't forgotten what you've done, Miss Ma'am. You stole from elderly people. So Jen, I would tread lightly. So Jen Shah, she spoke out, right? I'm gonna read you guys what Jen Shah says. So Jen Shah says, I rarely believe what I see or hear online. I bet you do. I know firsthand what it feels like to be judged without evidence or an admission of guilt. There's evidence against you, boo. Shut the fuck up. However, since my Real Housewives of Salt Lake City cast member has admitted that she made those horrible comments and posts, I must now stand up on behalf of my husband and my sons who are African American. That's why I don't like Jen. Jen takes on the plight of black people. She thinks she's a black woman. Just because you are married to a black man, she wants to take on the plight of black women, black people. Granted, yes, you do have black sons, and I'm not going to go in too deep on you because you do have black sons and you have a black husband, so I'm not going to go too deep on you. But you take on our struggle as if it's yours. Please stop doing that. So then she says, to say that I am deeply offended by the racially insensitive posts and comments, it was infuriating to see her like and repost comments that made a mockery of and showed complete apathy toward those killed, marching to bring awareness to the deep-seated social justice issues that plague our country. I am equally disappointed by the disingenuous apology that was issued. Needless to say, we have some real shit to talk about. Y'all ain't got no real shit to talk about. Bravo has not even made a statement to this day about what Jenny said, right? And I have a big issue with that, right? Now, you guys know I'm not the biggest Kenya Moore fan, right? But I can defend Kenya in this instance, right? Because you guys remember last season on Real Housewives of Atlanta when Kenya wore that Native American headdress, right? Bravo put out a statement literally after that, not long after that episode aired, saying that they didn't agree with that, right? And even Andy brought it up at the reunion. Unfortunately, we won't be able to get Jenny at the reunion because they've already filmed a reunion. But I just have an issue with Bravo not saying anything, right? Y'all didn't say anything when that dumbass Kelly Dodd had that Drunk Wives Matter shirt on. Like, y'all canceled the Real Housewives of New York City reunion to protect Ramona. Like, y'all protect racists, and I don't like that. Like, I'm starting to look. Even with that, I still question why would she stay around. Remember, Nene said that Andy was racist, right? But even with that, I still question that because if he's such a raging racist, why work for Bravo? So we're gonna go on and talk about some of these tweets from these Facebook posts from Jenny, right? So, oh, Candy's new show has been announced. She just sent a text out to her group text. So here's one of Jenny's posts. I'm kneeling to protest. This is Colin Kaepernick and Linus from the Peanuts. It says, I'm kneeling to protest injustice against black men in America. Then Linus, I think that's Linus, it says that's odd. You joined Islam, a religion that still owns black slaves, and you don't protest against that. The fuck? Then, oh, that's her apology. Then this is the one that really pissed me off. Hundreds of blacks shot and many killed, including children, by other blacks every week. Why do y'all feel the need to say blacks? The blacks or blacks. Call me a black man, a black woman. Well, call me a black man, I'm not a woman. Call me a black man, call me an African American man, but don't call me a black. I don't like that. So, over 1,000 officers violently injured, some permanently, by rioters, anarchists rioting in major cities every night, which caused billions of dollars of destruction to private and public property. And you still think police officers are the problem. You are an idiot. No, you'd be an idiot, right? those same public and private buildings that you're talking about, those people have insurance, so they can then repair and replace what was stolen. And even with the rioters, some of them were not, some of them were just, people were just seeing people riot and they just wanted to go and just steal shit and burn shit. Most people were peacefully protesting. So go to hell, Jenny. And she also said something, it was another one where it was like, you know, you had 18 years to do this, because it was like something about pointing lasers at people. You had 18 years to do this and you still failed. I'm I don't see it for Jenny. So, and it says, this is the next one. If you follow the officer's orders, you won't get shot. Bullshit. Then there's another one that says, no, that's not my family. That's how many rioters I hit with this old ugly bitch and this ugly ass Scooby-Doo van with little stick figures on the back. Jenny. I liked you in the first, and I can admit it, I liked her in the first few episodes that we got of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. But then after that, I started realizing, I'm like, she ain't got no storyline and she's pretty boring. So I just was like, okay, she's here, like wallpaper. And then a lot of people talk, now see, this is the one thing that I know a lot of other people noticed this. I didn't notice it. So people have said that Jenny, when she gets into an argument with Mary, she has a black scent, right? I didn't notice that she had a black scent, but I'm not gonna say that she didn't. But the one thing I do notice is she comes at Mary very hard. But even in this past week's episode, she didn't come at, like, Jen was screaming at her, cursing at her, and she didn't say a lick of shit to Jen, but you got all this fire and fever from Mary, right? Like when she first got into it, Mary, when Lisa and Mary were arguing and she told Mary to shut the fuck up, right? And I know I said it in my review, when Mary said, don't cuss at me, like, I didn't understand why she came so hard at that. And then the last episode, when they had Whitney's party, I was with her with the comment about the slanted eyes. I was with her, right? But I was also against her talking about the fact that Mary gave her those Louboutin shoes that were re-gifted, and it's against her culture. If it's so against your culture, why in the fuck did you accept them in the first fucking place? Make that make sense, right? And then also, let's see. So with Bravo, like I said, Bravo has not made a statement. And I know that they're getting ready, if they're not filming season 3, they're getting ready to film season 3 of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, right? I don't want Jenny back to season 3 of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Season 2, she didn't bring anything, but even with these things coming out, I don't want her back, right? Hold on, you guys. And I need to get her apologies so we can read that. The apology was bullshit. Now, I do want to say that these posts were from 2020, not 2015, not 2016, not 2007, 2020, right? So she says, I want to acknowledge and apologize for my deleted Facebook post from 2020 that resurfaced today. At the time, I thought I was speaking out against violence, but I have since learned how offensive and hurtful my words were. It's why I deactivated that account more than a year ago, and why I continue to try to learn about perspectives different from my own. I regret those posts, and I am sincerely sorry for the pain that I caused. Stop lying. So you mean to tell me that that apology is a lie? One, you didn't delete your Facebook because people found those posts, right? They wouldn't have been able to find them if you hadn't deleted it, right? Two, that was done in 2020. So when did you do the work? When did you learn? When did all these realizations come to your head? Because 2020 was basically just yesterday, because we're just now in 2022. 2021 was just yesterday. And then 2020 was before that. So it's not like it's been 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, even 5 years. We're still in the thick of that. So when did you do the work? Exactly. So yeah, Bravo, you guys have a big decision ahead of you guys. Do you guys want to bring her back and lose viewers? Because from what I see with the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City doesn't even have the best ratings, but they have decent enough ratings, right? But yeah, Bravo has a choice to make, right? And then the next thing in Housewives talk is Portia. I don't even know what to say about Portia at this point. I really don't. I can't even speak on Portia too long because honestly, I feel bad for Portia. Like, I don't know if it, with this shit with Simon, I don't know if it's for stunts and shows. I just don't know, right? But Portia posted a picture of her with her new car that Simon got her, right? And Fallon then posted the same picture. They literally look like twinsies. The only difference was Portia's car is a sedan, and I think Fallon's was a coupe, right? Two-door coupe. The interior, orange. Both cars orange. On the outside, both cars are silver or metallic, whatever. Who, Portia? You're going out bad. Like, oh God. And I still think about Portia, the fact that you literally quit all of your jobs for the wax figure that is Simon. You quit Dish Nation, you quit Real Housewives of Atlanta, and then you got on this show, Portia's Family Matters. I never watched the episode of it, but the clips that I saw of it, it was just like, oh, girl, you're going out bad. You're going out bad. But it is what it is, you know. Portia's a grown-ass woman, and she gonna make her decisions, and I ain't got much to say about it, right? So, you guys, we're gonna move forward. All right, guys. So the next thing that I'm gonna talk about is Nikki fucking Gilbert, right? Child, I ain't heard nothing from Nikki Gilbert in a minute. And then when I do hear about Nikki Gilbert, she is talking about P Valley and the fact that P Valley is a ripoff of her show. I think she's actually trying to sue them, right? Now, I do know that P Valley has filmed season 2 of the show, right? And I've been tweeting, like, when are we getting season 2 of P Valley? And I wonder if this has anything to do with the fact that we still have yet to get an announcement, right? Because they started filming, they filmed last year. I don't know if they're still currently filming, but so Nikki Gilbert has had a show, a stage play, right? But you guys know that P Valley is a stage play as well, Pussy Valley. And I guess Nikki Gilbert saying that there's some similarities between P Valley and her stage play, right? So that's why she's saying that they took from her show. Nikki. Now, I've never saw Nikki's stage play, so I can't really say yes or no if that's the case. If you guys saw her stage play, let me know. Do you guys think that it's a ripoff of her? You know, and then she's talking about the fact about Uncle Clifford. I guess in her show, in her stage play, she has someone that is flamboyant, but that's not really stealing from you, right? Because I'm pretty positive if you go to a strip club, you'll find someone, you'll probably find a flamboyantly gay man in there, right? And she said something about the briefcase. Like, the things that she's saying are ripoffs. It's like, really? Is that really a ripoff, Nikki? Or is that just something that maybe someone had a personal experience with that and they just wrote that into the script? Like, could that be it? I'm just questioning. I was dying laughing. First of all, when they said Nikki Gilbert's name, the first thing that popped into my head was R&B Divas. And I know people still don't like Nikki Gilbert from R&B Divas, because Nikki was a B word on R&B Divas. She was unlikable. Like, oh, I was like, girl, why did you? You know, the two people that I found unlikable on R&B, she was one of them, and that girl Stacy from X Factor, when she did R&B Divas LA, she was Stacey Francis. She was so unlikable. Who else was on? Kelly Price. Oh God, Kelly Price. Kelly Price was unlikable as well. But Nikki, when I think about Nikki Gilbert, I think about Selena Johnson when she read her act with them black ass gums and them knock ass knees. Oh God. But yeah, if you guys definitely saw Selena, not Selena. If you guys saw Nikki's stage play, let me know what you guys think about it, right? Because like I said, I've never saw it, so I can't say that it is a ripoff or it's not a ripoff. But when did this come about? Because I just heard about this recently. P Valley season 1 aired in 2020. So kind of confused, but okay, Nikki, hey, if you, I'm not even gonna knock, I can't say nothing bad about Nikki. If Nikki feels that, if that's how Nikki, if Nikki believes that it's a ripoff of hers, I'm not gonna sit here and say it's not, right? That's not who I am. I'm not gonna sit here and say that, but we'll see what the judges have to say, right? We'll see what the courts have to say, and for me, I hope they don't think that it's a ripoff, because you guys know I love me some P Valley. Damn, I didn't mean to spit. I love P Valley, but hey, you guys, we're gonna move on, and I think we're gonna wrap up this week's hot topics, you guys. All right, you guys. So the last story that I want to talk about is that Pastor Mike Todd, or is that what his name is? The man that it has spit in his hands and spit it in the oh God, that is nasty to me. Keep your bodily fluids to yourself. When I heard about that, no, I have not saw the video because I don't want to see it. I just think that that is repulsive and disgusting. Like you spit, you hawk spit, and oh, I mean, I don't give a fuck if it's part of the sermon. You are not finna do that to me. I don't care what's in the Bible. I don't care about that shit. Like, what you're not gonna do is disrespect, because that is disrespectful. You could ask, you can be like, hey, so we're doing a sermon this Sunday, you know, and we're gonna be talking about, you know, when we're gonna be talking about this and this and that. So I'm gonna have to, you know, spit in my hand and put it in your face. And I would say, do you want to get punched? Because if you spit in your hand and you smear it in my face, I'm gonna knock fire from you. I just want you to know that, right? So what you might want to do is you might want to pretend like you're gonna spit in your hand, have a water bottle in your hand, and douse that water in your hand and smear the water on my face. But if you put any of your bodily fluids on me, you will be picking up your teeth off the ground, because I will beat the brakes off of you. Like, that is what I would say. Like, don't try that. That is nasty. That is disgusting. That is disgusting. Like, I don't know where your mouth has been. I don't know what's been in your mouth. I don't know if you're sick. I don't know anything. So please, for the love of God, do not put anything in my face that comes from your body. Like, I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. That is nasty. That is unwanted. That is unwarranted. I don't, again, like I said, I don't care if you are preaching the word. You can do other things. You can do other things with that. You could have some virgin oil in it. You can have anything. But spit is where I would draw the line. Oh God. Spit? Like, I won't even spit in my hand because that's nasty. Like, even when I have to spit, I spit either in a cup or away from me. Like, I don't, like, even when I throw, like, if I don't mean to be graphic, but even when I throw up and it gets on my clothes, because it's happened, you know, when you don't realize you're gonna do it, like, I'm like, oh no, 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 no. I take everything off, throw it in the washing machine, and wash that shit right then and there, and then I hop my ass in the bathtub, because that is nasty. Oh, excuse me, y'all. No, no, sir. Absolutely no, sir. No, 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 no. We're not gonna play that game. But yeah, that's pretty much all I gotta talk about, you guys, this week. If there's anything else, nope. There's nothing else. That's it, you guys. Let me know what you guys think about all the topics that we discussed this week. Like the video, leave your comments in the comment section below, subscribe to the channel, turn your notifications on, share the video, you guys, and until the next time, actually, you guys, we do the same time, same channel, same place every week. Well, we try to. But I'll see you guys in the next one. I'll see you guys later on tonight I'll see you guys for Love During Lockup, Rated to Love Reunion Part 2. Thank God that is over. And I'll see you guys for Ladies Who List. So you guys, once again, stay safe out there. Take care of yourselves. Remember to wash your hands, wear a mask, socially distance, be blessed. And I'll be sure to see you guys later. Bye, guys.